Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a twin flame blueprint reading. So what that means is we are going to dive deep into your twin flame connection and just see why you and your person came together, what you represent to one another, how you're feeling towards each other now, and what spirit wants you to know about this entire connection. So obviously just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. So some of this reading is going to be here available on my Mystic Moon channel on YouTube here, and then the other half will be available on my extended bonus channel. So I put that link down below where you guys can access that video. So all of the decks today will be listed down below, as well as this beautiful organite called Fire in My Soul Twin Flame Connection Pyramid, created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys, and just see what do we need to know today about your twin flame blueprint, your contract with your person. So I'm going to say things such as divine masculine and divine feminine. So obviously, however you resonate with your connection, I say he and her. It's just the way that I channel, but just apply it to your situation. So let's get into it. The very first thing that we're going to focus on is what is the overall blueprint of your twin flame connection. So this particular deck is called the Twin Flame Ascension cards, and we're going to grab 3. So what is the overall blueprint of your twin flame connection for those that are tuning in and that are meant to resonate with these messages today? What is the blueprint of this twin flame connection? Ooh, we have 1010, divine creativity, receiving cosmic intelligence. So the immediate thing that I'm getting from this, you guys, is that you're meant to discover your life purpose and your mission through this connection. And when I say that, that doesn't mean that you actually have to physically be with this person in order to discover it. But what this means is that upon meeting them and having your spiritual awakening, you guys are going to be cracked open. This kind of sense of understanding who you are and what you came here to do is going to be birthed and transformed from your connection. That's really beautiful. Let's see what else. Ooh, we have the electric creative expression. So we have another card that indicates creativity. And I think it's kind of cool too, because we've got 5s and we have 10. So 5 plus 5 equals 10. So there's some sort of, 10 energy connected to your blueprint. But 5s are also connected here as well. So 5s are challenges. 5s also are about change. This is the electricity. It's like the lightning that will strike you when you meet your counterpart, that will get your creative juices flowing. It's like you experience some sort of an awakening of your creativity that you may not have experienced or woken up to unless you met your twin. So this is really, really cool the way that this is coming out so far. And also too, there could just be like this super electrically charged energy when you're around your person, like you just feel some sort of magnetism or electricity when either they're around or even when they're not around. You still feel like this constant energy or energetic pull towards them. All right, so let's go ahead and get one more. And we have, oh my gosh, another 1010. That's not an accident. Nurture your inner child, practice self-love. So with the kind of electricity that comes with a twin flame connection, sometimes we can get lost in that world. Sometimes we can just want to dive deep into that energy because it's so intense. It's like nothing that you've ever felt in your entire life. But the thing is, sometimes we lose ourselves in that energy. We lose ourselves in another person. We want to live our lives for this person. And so there's something about the self here, learning to love the self, practicing the self-love. And when it says practice, this will be difficult. We have to practice these things in order to perfect these things. And it does say nurture your inner child. So I almost feel like you and your person might even share some sort of blueprint of a similar upbringing, similar childhood wounds, or you guys came into this life with a lot of unresolved things. And so you might trigger this inner child within each other. The inner child can be very exciting and playful and fun and at first. But then when it comes to real work, when it comes to responsibility, when it comes to actually having to do something, that's when the connection may fizzle or it might not work and become problematic. So there could be an amount of needing to grow, needing to learn to love the self or to forgive even the self or other people before this connection can come to fruition, as in a physical way, like in the physical world. So the 10s, of course, are about completion. The 10s are also gateways. It's portal energy to me. So 5, this is meant to be a challenging situation. It doesn't mean it's a twin flame connection where you guys come together and you guys experience all kinds of like terrible things, even though that can be the story for some of you guys. But I just feel that with this electrical charge, it wakes you up, but it stimulates you, but it also challenges you. You challenge each other. Okay? You challenge each other to love the self, to forgive the self, to work on the self, to heal the inner child, to take care of yourself. But then there's also this energy of coming alive in your creative expression of who you truly are in this life. It's like you guys reminding each other of who you truly are in this lifetime. It seems like this is the only person in your life that like really, really knocks on the door of your soul, and you open the door to who you truly are through this person. Now, it doesn't mean that this person is, everything to you and that they're the only thing that matters in this life, and that, through them, you will be your best self. But they're here to wake you up just like you're here to wake them up. It's a beautiful energy. So let's just go ahead and get some more information here about this. So this deck is called the Energy and Spirit Oracle. Let's see what else is coming through here. Okay, so we have the Archangel Raziel, number 10. So 10s, for some reason, are some kind of a blueprint with your connection. It's connected. This could be the 10th lifetime you guys have come together. This could be that you really came together in this lifetime to really, really complete a bunch of major stuff, which might be one of the reasons why there are some challenges here. It does say wisdom, but it does say inspiration as well, which is all that creative energy. And then we have the Akashic Records, which to me are things that are meant to be destined. It's in the book of destiny that you and your person were meant to come together at a particular time, and whatever is going on now is also written in that book. But the Akashic Records is about what you're meant to do while you're here, what you're meant to accomplish, what you're supposed to learn, what you want to do, which is the blueprint of the connection. So to me, everything that's going on right now, and all the ways that you guys are both being challenged, and all the ways that you guys are both being pushed to grow or inspired to, plug into your purpose and your mission and what you came here to do. What I'm getting here is that it's working out beautifully. Even though it might not feel that way, it's actually on task. It's on point right now. I feel like you guys came together, you met, you had these initial shifts, the electric shock of a lifetime, now to, shift you into this learning period where you're going to absorb as much wisdom and ascend as much as you can, as well as become inspired through the connection, whether it's positive or negative. It's both inspiration, and then perhaps even teach this wisdom to other people. So some of you guys could find out that you are creatively inclined, or that you are a spiritual teacher or a way shower for others in this life through this connection. It's very interesting. What else? We have prosperity. Oh my gosh. Look at this. So this to me is like the yellow brick road, right? It's like a golden pathway towards this castle, abundance and success. I feel like some of you guys might even be meant for, just to really achieve something big in this particular lifetime. Now, of course, abundance doesn't have to just be finances or material things, but I feel like some of you are meant to experience some major riches or recognition for your talents in this life. So to me, this is like big star energy. This is like stars coming together to shine. So this connection with each other helps you guys to tap into who you truly are, which is your creative talents and your gifts and the wisdom that you have to share. You inspire each other in a very positive way. Again, you challenge each other too, but it's really actually leading towards this abundance, this energy here. It's really positive. So it's all in the way that you look at this connection and what it's done for you. Okay, it's all in the way you look at it. And then we have Archangel Raguel. So we have two archangels coming through here. This says justice, harmony, and solutions. So Raziel and Raguel, you guys might want to look those angels up because there could be more information about your connection through those particular archangels. But this right here is balancing the scales. I feel like some of you guys came together to clear up some sort of karma, but in other contracts. That's what I'm getting here. So the solutions to a lot of your issues, your inner child wounds and traumas, yes, it will be ignited and triggered within this connection, but I feel like a lot of the work that you guys will do might be in other connections. And those other connections do not have to be romantic, by the way. These can be with family members, work situations, friendships, etc. But you guys did come here to basically create some sort of balancing of karma, okay? And we're not labeling things. We're not saying this is a, twin flame karmic or a karmic, partner or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, you guys, those labels really don't matter. It's just this energy between you and this person. So you came here to balance something out. You came here to become harmonious within yourselves so you guys can experience perhaps the harmony within this dynamic if there is disharmony right now. But the archangel energy to me tells me that there are two specific spirit guides that this is just what I'm getting here, that have been assigned to your connection to lead the way. And we have a masculine and we have a feminine energy here. So it's almost like what I'm also getting is that you guys are coming from this other star constellation. It's like you guys are star seeds that came here onto planet Earth, and you're having an earthly experience or life, or you're doing something to bring harmony and peace to the world. So if that resonates with you guys, if you feel that you and your twin flame are specific star seeds, that could be why this is coming through. But if that doesn't resonate with you, I just feel like you guys have specific guides or angels that are specifically assigned to your connection to help you and to guide you along the way. That's very interesting. So let's go ahead and get some more information here about your contract, your blueprint, your connection. This right here is my Twin Flame Journey Oracle. Let's take a look at the masculine side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually, because I have a visual, I'm going to put these aside. We're going to do the masculine's energy and the feminine's energy. So what is the blueprint for both the masculine and feminine? So let's look at that masculine first. Oh, we have recognition. So it is a part of this blueprint for this masculine to recognize something about himself through his feminine. And then I already got that here. You guys came together in order to wake each other up, in order to recognize who you truly are through each other. So this has happened here. This is definitely something that's already happened. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards with that. I'll put this to the side until we're ready for it. Ooh, we have the King of Swords, the Aquarius energy. So Aquarius can be connected to this masculine, okay? Or it could just be that this masculine is in more of the state of mind of a very like logical, practical, down-to-earth type of thinker, or maybe just really overanalyzes everything, isn't wearing his heart on his sleeve, So it could be that he is here to have certain experiences to create harmony with the head and the heart is what I'm getting here. And so through this experience with his feminine, this could also aid him in this process. But I feel like this card really tells me that there are other situations or other connections throughout your lifetime, in this lifetime with each other, that you will balance out some of your stuff. So it's not going to be just solely solely through each other that you're going to do this ascension and soul work. I feel like other people will also add to this to create harmony. But this is the initial awakening. This is recognizing something about yourself through your twin. And this is about going off into the world and really being, opening yourself up to different thoughts, different ways of looking at life, different ways of thinking. And I feel like this masculine is very much uses his intellect all the time when it comes to looking at life. And I feel like that's something that needs to be balanced. He needs a little bit more water in his air. He needs a little bit more heart in his head. And I feel like certain experiences will bring that out in him. It was birthed with the feminine, or at least I should say triggered to come out. But he could have really tried to, once he met this feminine, to rationalize it and to tell himself, okay, that can't be what this is, or, I don't want to lose myself. I don't want to get carried away. So he may have used his mind to explain away a lot of that magic and a lot of that electric energy that was present, because he certainly recognized it when you guys met. And I'm assuming I'm speaking to the feminine because the majority of my viewers are feminine. So I do tend to do that from that perspective. But what I'm seeing here is that it looks to me like this masculine recognized it immediately, felt this instant chemistry and electricity. But I'm seeing, though, that he went into this energy of, I can't get lost in this. I can't totally trust it. My mind is going to talk me out of whatever this is. So I think it's interesting the way that it's coming through here. So let's go ahead and shift gears and go into the feminine's energy. What is the feminine's energy? I feel like the feminine is more connected to her purpose and her mission through this masculine, okay? Because this masculine very much, he feels something, he recognizes something, but he tries to cover it up with his rational thinking. I feel like the feminine is more open. You can see here, she's got her hands that are right over her heart, and she's very open to this experience here. She's very open to it. So let's go ahead and get a card for her. Yeah. Divine masculine. There's this instant, well, it's not instant, but there is this recognition of, you are my divine masculine. So feminines, I feel like if you're watching this reading, you know that this is your masculine. Now, when I use that term and I say that, that does not mean that you will never love anyone else. It doesn't mean that it guarantees that you and this masculine will end up together in this life, but you know that this person is your divine masculine, and the things that you're learning, the things that you're experiencing on your journey, and all these things come from this divine masculine, as in the trigger, the initial meeting, everything that you're experiencing right now. A lot of it is due to your meeting with this masculine. So he essentially woke you up. He cracked you open. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, beautiful. And so instead of going into your head, you actually went into this fiery energy of Sagittarius, temperance, restoration. You allowed this masculine to complement your life. You were willing to work with this masculine's energy. I get that the masculine used his head to rationalize things, to explain things. And you, however, used the energy that came towards you, and you were open to the experience, okay? And some of you guys may have gotten lost way too much in the passion or your emotions, because we have water and we have that water and fire energy here. In traditional tarot, it shows an angel who has 1 foot in the water, which we can see here, and then 1 foot on earth. So it's kind of like you might go through this feeling of losing yourself in this masculine because it's so intense. You're burning up with fire. You're burning up with passion. It's so intense. It almost can become an addiction for you. But I feel like as you guys are on this journey, you're realizing how to work with this energy like an alchemist. You're learning how to transmute some of this energy. You're learning how to take some of that intensity, or maybe even some of these wounds, and to transmute them and turn them into something solid, or to turn them into something of value. So I feel like a lot of feminines here, if you're resonating with this reading, have learned how to work with this energy. make it work for you instead of letting it work against you, instead of losing yourself and really doing yourself a disservice because of this experience. You know, we as human beings can take any experience and absolutely turn it into a nightmare. And I feel like maybe some of you guys have done that before, but you've learned through trial and error, which is what the temperance is all about. You've learned to temper this energy. You've learned something about divine timing. You've also learned how to be patient with the process and realize that not everything that we want are we going to get right then and there, or sometimes at all. So you're learning how to temper your life, your energy, your mind, your soul, your body, heart, everything. And so you've learned a lot, Divine Feminine, is what I'm seeing here. So this is beautiful. This shows me here that masculine is more in a personality. So it's like he's still kind of trying to figure out who he is. Feminine, I feel like you're more on a spiritual experience. This is not to say that the masculine is not growing, by the way, but what I'm seeing here with this major arcana versus the court card, you're in the major arcana, which means that you are opening yourself up to this spiritual experience completely, whereas the masculine is still trying to control things through his ego and personality. At least that's what I'm seeing here today. So that's what we have. So that seems to be the energetic blueprint at this particular time. Obviously, things can change. That doesn't mean it's the blueprint forever. It's just what's coming through the reading today. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what is the role that each of you guys are currently playing in this connection. Let's look at this energy. So this deck is called Oracle of the Seven Energies. So we're going to see what role the masculine is playing right now in this connection. Oh my gosh, we have birds of a feather. So what I know about this card, first of all, it's number 7, okay? And the energies, there's 7, like kind of suits or elements, I guess you would say. This particular element is the element of love. So when it comes to love in this lifetime, the masculine is actually going to learn from a variety of people. So that makes sense to me because I feel like, yes, there was something special that he experienced with the feminine right off the bat, but his head started to rationalize what he was experiencing and what he was feeling, etc. And maybe he felt like there were other experiences or more living that he needed to do. And that's what that birds of a feather is. The birds of a feather flock together. So there could also be some kind of energy where the masculine feels like he belongs with a certain social group or a certain stature of people or something like that. And that's not to say that the feminine didn't belong in his world, but there could be some kind of energy surrounding that. This is also about feeling drawn to certain things or certain types of groups or just something. And it's also about being social. I almost feel like this masculine may not have been ready to completely settle down and commit himself solely to one person in this life. So he wanted to be more of like a social butterfly. He wanted to keep his options open. He felt like there were other birds in the, just around that maybe he just didn't want to hone in on one thing. So I know that can be triggering for the feminine to hear, but that just seems like this is the masculine's role. The masculine's role is to not just do whatever he wants to do, and the feminine just kind of sits around and waits. No, this just means that this masculine might just need to figure out more about himself through other people. And I really got that for both of you, but I'm really seeing this for the masculine, that's for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the role of the feminine here currently in the connection. Okay, so we have a higher view. Interesting. So we have these birds here. I don't know what kind of birds these are, but then we have the owl. Okay, so that owl obviously can totally, consume those little birdies. So there is no comparison there. The feminine has a higher view of either just this life, this understanding of this connection, etc. So that was the element of love. So let me take a look and see what is the element here of I'm looking in the book here because I don't have this by heart. It's the energy of light. Okay, so love and light, interesting. Masculine's in love energy and feminine's in the light energy. So what I'm getting from that, you guys, is that the feminine, she has gone through a lot of things, her attachments, like any kind of attachments that she has to other people, or learning about herself through a bunch of relationships. I feel like you may have done that in previous lifetimes. So when you and the masculine come together in this life, you're not really taking that course, but the masculine is. The masculine is taking the course to learn about himself through how he interacts with other people, not just you. You feminine, you've already done that. You've already done this here. And so you're coming here for a different purpose, for a different reason. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have a lot of love experiences. You can have them. But what I'm seeing here is that you're able to see things from a higher perspective. You have some sort of wisdom already that's just in you. And that's what we already had here for your representation of the connection. The feminine already has so much wisdom. The feminine already comes into this life knowing what she's meant to do. Now, this masculine may have just been the catalyst to wake you up, to push you in that direction, but you just know what you're meant to do. You're not a lost soul is what I'm trying to say. You definitely feel like you know who you are. You know what you're meant to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of read a little bit from what this book says. It does say here that the way to be successful in your endeavor is to connect with others, or to connect with others is to step out of your sticky perception of the world. Imagine yourself sitting on the back of a bird with 1,000 feet above your life. Wouldn't your perspective change? So what I'm getting here is that this masculine is changing his views and his perspective about life through other people. You've already done that work. And so you are already seeing things from a higher perspective. You've learned a lot already about who you are, and where you're going and what you want, because you've already done that work. So I do see you guys. He's in the 20s here and you're in the 40s. So let's just think about this. Okay. And I'm not trying to say anything negative about anybody that has this kind of an age difference. This is just a reference that I'm making. When you're 25, I remember when I was 25, I didn't know who the fuck I was at 25. I thought I did, but I didn't know who I really was until probably my mid 30s. Okay. And even still, it's questionable. But the thing is, every decade of your life has its wisdom. It has its reasons. And to me, when you're in your 20s, like that's when you're figuring out who you are through either dating or just finding yourself. In your 30s, you might be on your way if you're lucky. And in your 40s, you finally get to a point where you're just like, you know what? All those little things that I thought were so important, it's just not that important anymore. Why? Because we see things from a higher perspective, a different perspective. So I just feel like there might be a little bit of an age difference here with the masculine and feminine. And I don't mean that literally in earth years. I mean that just with soul growth. Okay? So if you're feeling feminine, that this masculine is dragging his feet, it feels like, oh my gosh, why can't he just get there already? There's a reason. He's got this either karma, or he's got these lessons that he wanted to sign up to learn while you came here to do other things too. So there's probably a separation that will occur or is occurring right now in your connection. And the reason why is because that's how you guys are both choosing to ascend. So it is about giving people the permission to do the work that they need to do. Now, that doesn't equate to disrespect me and then come back whenever you're ready. Of course not. So, just be careful with the messages that what you kind of take as what I'm saying. It's all about respecting yourself and holding healthy boundaries, while people do what they need to do. But when you do love somebody, and I love that we have these birds here, when you love someone, you set them free. If that bird comes back to you, it's meant to be. So there is this energy here of perhaps letting go and letting that bird fly, letting that bird expand his wings and to experience freedom. Because anything that's making us feel trapped like a caged bird, where we can't fly, where we feel like we're meant to have these experiences, anybody that's trying to hold us back, you will naturally resent that person or even be repelled by that person and want to run away from that person. Or anybody that doesn't accept you for who you are is trying to control you and trying to clip your wings to keep you with them because they want you and they don't want you to share you with anyone else. All of those energies are very constricting and restricting. And so there's an amount of freedom that needs to be experienced with both parties involved. But this is a lone energy here. That owl is a lone energy. I mean, there might be other owls that hang out, but I'm pretty sure that owls are more of solitary animals. These are birds of the same feathers that they flock together. This is a different kind of a bird. So masculine is in a flock, feminine is in this like very much her own journey and doing things a specific way, and has very high integrity and has different views than the masculine right now. So it's just a part of your blueprint right now that you guys are learning in different ways and on different levels or on different wavelengths right now. So if that sounds like your reading, you guys, if it sounds like I'm tapped into your energy, definitely consider checking out the extended bonus reading. And I'll put that link down below, because over there, what we're going to do is we're going to go a little bit deeper into the roles that you guys are playing in this connection. Also major lessons that are presenting themselves to both the feminine and masculine, the frequency between the two of you, as in the thoughts, feelings, dreams, and telepathic communication that happens, as well as what spirits or people are assisting or influencing you, and just some advice from spirit at the very end. So anyways, please join me over there if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.